Good morning. I'm in a good mood. My friend linked me a funny joke. Literally funny, haha. LOL, in fact. I am getting the chair fixed in 3 days. Then I will not be in bed leaning on the wall, but die from heart not pumping too much. Or, pumping too little. Fluid building up on the left side. Anyway. Come on. Come on. So, as you can see in the previous one, the 102, any move that exacerbates the economy when unemployment isn't well below 3, I believe. We tried at lowest was 3.6 and we were still in CUDA, but it was very close. Unfortunately, we are unable to do that without embodying the next leader. So we will see. When unemployment is perhaps 2.5, we will make a chosen decision to, what's the word?
Onko se sauna? Joo.
They informed me that sauna is on 10:45. Yes, this is the right one. Oh, right, I'll type this one. What time is it? It's 14:30. So we can do maybe maybe an hour. So we will most likely trim, gather the fruits, whatever, of the economy when the unemployment hits 2.5%. At that point, I believe the task we will choose to do is to increase the taxation on industrial pollution by 1%. That will generate about 2% into the budget as a surplus. That will also cause the economy to slow down, which it would have anyway with the lowering of the unemployment and the rising of the costs of employment for companies. But it will also cause some companies that cannot profit without pollution to go under, which will increase unemployment, which, if it happens at high unemployment, will be unsustainable. But if it happens at very low unemployment, will be quite sustainable. So we will wait until unemployment is 2.5. We might even wait until it's lower. And we will build popular support by good reforms until then. And then we will do one step of industrial pollution. Then we will very carefully observe what happens to the economy. We are paying particular notice to how much the rate of pollution goes down. If it goes down enough that we don't have to increase the budget of the environmental agency, we would be very content. We would prefer to do this the other way around, which is to say, making our industry more efficient than sucking up the pollution that our industry generates. So here is current rate of unemployment. 3.17. It's not factoring in next month's data yet. It's doing that flat thing. We'll get them by around 15th of this month. Epidemic unemployment is going down. The epidemic is pretty bad though. GDP per capita is going up. People below poverty threshold is going down very fast. This is something where we're now talking about being more rich and more poor instead of more equally rich than the United Kingdom. But GDP per capita is still below countries like Qatar or Luxembourg, but well above the United Kingdom and Japan, meaning that we have more middle class, but we do have a very large percentage of people below poverty threshold, but still below Japan and the United Kingdoms, which is weird. So I'm expecting this to be lower. We're approaching top seats in the world. Taiwan. A world star, Asia star, Arabic world star, Russian world star, Western world star. Best performing large nation. The rest. Some things to be said for that communism, eh? But it won't take long with these numbers to push that well below that. Then looking at this horrific number, COVID really took a squeeze out of us. Even though we managed to contain the disease quickly, deaths are still completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. Immunity is rising because we just changed the vaccine policy. It's not growing because people are getting the disease. We only have 500,000 people with the disease currently. We started with 2.2 million. And it's 9 months since those numbers. Growth is going down because we had to do a complete embargo on Russia since the Ukraine war. It was going pretty well until it's going pretty well. This is what I'm content about. We're looking at possibly increasing either first or second wave vaccinations by creating demands for people to have the vaccine, or like giving boosters more often. I would have that as the opposed, but whatever. Boosters after 8 months. Immunity is 73% and still rising, so I want to see what the immunity numbers do before I order my boosters. We're still talking something that was definitely more severe than a flu pandemic. Wasn't like, the death of everybody everywhere, but it was pretty severe. What's the status with the vaccines? Yeah, I guess time to order a new batch. COVID-19 vaccine, we will choose, I believe it was the French model. Yes, we will make some single dose. And what is the status with antiviral treatment? Then we will make more purchase order for antiviral treatment. I have no idea why it's doing those caps with the amounts you can order. It's very silly. and you can't make a repeated offer. So it's like no test pressure. And they should be not make this process based on preferences. In your situation, you could basically automate whatever you feel like automating. I think might be trying to keep me from the moon. We had forest fires a lot, and then complete government funding on forest fire prevention, which we didn't have, and now we're still compensating for forest fires, which we had before that date, but we haven't had forest fires after that decision. We will, however, have forest fires after that decision, but we were having them at a way too high a rate. Certain things you can do with forest when it starts to get risky of forest that actually prevent the risk. And yes, when you look at this here, this was at like 2 or something, so yeah. We're at such a deficit that I can't raise these all. One forest fire did.
I suggest that you make an official speech and that you officially condemn these acts to the UN Security Council. Faced with the unacceptable attitude of this country, I suggest that you break up all diplomatic ties with
Mediterranean region in Turkey.
prospective Nazis coupled with the brown.
France. So we're looking at the Ukraine situation escalating. Not going to matter because they're a Security Council member. I'm not going to be able to, with this, command every single unit to like do anything. And I said it defensive, so I think we'll just. What is Canada protesting about? People versus government with no specifics. Niin, kun sitä teknologiaa. Exactly. This is gonna go down well. When I've played the other countries, this occasionally happens. This time I'm seeing the US-Russia war in this game. Also, sometimes there's a war between Poland and Ukraine, which is somewhat weird.
This is serious.
Curious.
operations are concluded. What takes place next week? What will you attend?
Isn't that good? Just looking at the rate of immunity, active cases, and our zero contamination, as in how many people you contaminate per every person, and it having virtually no effect on death. Virtually a steady climb.
It must be conceded that there is
we didn't get to do much until the type of conflict that I don't want to like rule actually broke out. I'm looking at doing the 1% change, you know, but it's probably not gonna happen if I have to do that. I'll think about it. So thank you for watching. I will go play Timberborn or XCOM. I recommend Timberborn. It's a very good game. I believe Dwarf Fortress is about to come out with a good-looking, nice and usable interface. It's a very interesting, very complex game, but without the interface on it, it's can't be kind of like Minecraft, but you build a society of dwarves like Dungeon Keeper, but you know, the map generation on my computer takes like 15 minutes for it to generate your map, and it's enormous, and it's actually also a single player RPG game. It's built from like very simple graphics, but very very complex systems and very simple graphics. Now, after like 10 years of being out there, finally making the first graphical version. It's very, very neat and very good. When it's finally done, I will probably play it rather fiercely. Never got into the whole Minecraft thing because it's the whole do it yourself or with your friends. But if you want to play like a group of people on your own, it's not possible. Dwarf Fortress is designed to be playable as a group of people on your own. Has to be a pretty extraordinary game to get me excited about being a single player. My Fallout game is one of those. Completed Fallout 3 without any of the DLCs once. And now I started from the beginning. First 5 levels very easy, next 5 levels easy, next 5 levels normal, and so on and so forth. And when I die, I log it and think of it as an actual death. If they happen too often, I won't play. So I'll have to be more and more careful and more thorough. Very good. About to find Rivet City. Did the satellite quest. When I noticed there were the Brotherhood guards that attacked the place and then looted everybody and sold them for a lot of stuff. Now I have in my cupboard, because I can't yet wear one very quality Brotherhood armor. I've been repairing it from all the scraps I've been finding. So when I actually do get the Brotherhood armor training, which you can only get from the Brotherhood, I will be doing pretty well. So I might continue that gameplay, but right now it seems a little unlikely. But I also don't want to give the impression of giving up in the face of conflict. But that might be a conflict where the kind of fine-tuning of actions might be the type of things that I'm not suited for, so it might look pretty ugly. I'm also worried that the COVID fatality number rose at a steady rate without fluctuation, while both the number of infected, how infectious it is, a number of immunity, and other such variables rose and fluctuated at different rates. And it did not seem to have any influence on the number of COVID fatalities, which I am, in terms of simulations, very worried about. So we'll see. Thank you for watching.